Oh, you see, I feel for every parent in that situation, Vanessa. You know, it's really difficult. They kick off sometimes, and it's really embarrassing and really awkward. But would you want someone to come up and tell them to stop
Well,
it?
of course you wouldn't. I mean, that's the bit where you start talking between classes. Now, stop it immediately, young lady. If you don't stop it, you know, wait till... And all you're doing with every fibre of your being is whatever you can to soothe them, stop them, shut them up, get them out. If you're stuck on a plane or a train, what are you supposed to do? Bribery, you end up sobbing yourself, begging them. But what you don't need is some old self-righteous adult
like me
over and telling them what to do.
We've just got one here. Let's
OMG.
hear from the self-righteous old adult.
The reality here is, OK, all kids kick off. And we're not talking about a 5-year-old having a strop, right? We're actually talking about kids in the environment where they're not being parented properly. Parents, you can see them, they're on their mobile phones, kids running away. You pose the question to someone, would you like someone to interfere, to chastise your kid? Everybody, of course, would say no. Yeah. But on reflection, what would happen is actually, might be internal, I wish that kid would shut
Yes,
up.
but Claire,
Can that mother not take that
Who
child
hasn't thought, what, you're standing in the supermarket, the kid's kicking off, you're on the plane, and you are thinking, please, just someone shut that child up. But if you say that to the parent, surely you're passing judgment on their parenting.
Oh, it's not on their parenting, come on, it's in the child's behaviour. You need to separate the two. Children sometimes just do have bad days. But if it was an adult, you wouldn't expect an adult to kick off like that. Because it's a child, doesn't make it any different.
But you must
and it doesn't make it right.
never take it upon yourself.
Oh, Vanessa,
to go
come off it.
You mustn't to go directly to somebody else's child.
Why not?
When they're standing there and start telling their child what to... Because it's none of your business, that's why.
But it is your business
really is
because
not.
it's impacting your personal space. It's impacting the environment in which you're in. If you were in a restaurant trying to have a nice family meal or trying to have a romantic date, parents take their kids in at all times of days. If the children started to kick off, surely that would have an impact on your environment.
If that were the case, then what you should do is two things. One, you speak to the manager of the restaurant and you say, excuse me, we're being very disturbed by that table over there, and let them deal with it. Or two, in an absolute worst-case scenario, you speak very gently to the parents. But you don't speak to the child. You don't tell somebody else's child to shut up. And what's more, yes, the kid is getting on your nerves. Yes, you'd like to throttle it. Of course you would. But just in the same way that the child is out of control and you're castigating that child, you must control yourself.
You can't control yourself.
Tell somebody else's child to shut up.
Have you ever done it, Claire? Have you ever done it?
Yes, I have.
Oh, my gosh.
And what's the reaction from the parent?
Well, I wasn't as vociferous as Vanessa might appear when she's talking here at the moment. But
I feel like you can take it, you see. You're not somebody else's kid, you're a grown lady. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it.
But there's no point. There's no difference.
I wouldn't even do it with my own grandchildren.
Anyway,
I wouldn't dream of it.
Yes, I
You
have.
would, and you
Especially in aircraft, right? I've had kids kicking the back seat, and that is not on. I've got 4 of them. I travelled on my own with them. I've travelled with my ex-husband on airplanes with them, and they wouldn't dare move.
But you say to the parent, your child's kicking you.
Well, sometimes the parents aren't even... They don't even care. You turn around then to the child and say, look, you, stop it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Sometimes the parents don't even want to know. As a parent, I speak to my own son as a child, and I would have said, you shouldn't do it. But the parent takes offence. Because you take it as an insult towards you.
It depends what the situation is.
Someone told me when at church, and when Caitlin's now 21, but she was wriggling around, and some old dear told me to control my child. It is, you do think it's a bit hurtful, but you have to think, look, we're all living here together. It's a correction. Obviously, that woman.
But do you think sometimes people forget what it's like to be a parent when your own children are grown up? You forget that the horror of that moment when they kick off in the middle of a shop. It's very hard to control a tantrum.
A member of society. Kids need to be told what they can and can't do. There are loads of people who don't have children, who could still love children or still don't like children. Or they're separate. There's some behaviours that are right and some are wrong.
Let me ask you, you're in a position where you're a grandmother.
Yes, I've got 3 grandchildren.
Is it any sort of right? Is it your right to discipline your grandchildren?
No, I wouldn't dream of it. I wouldn't tell them what to do with their parents there, or even without their parents there. Allegra has asked me once to have a word. Asked me to, so I did. And when I did, boy, did they take it seriously, because I'd never, ever said anything in this sort of disciplinary way before. But they are not my children. They are their children. It's not for me to start knocking them into shape or telling them what to do.
Guys, got to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed. And commiserations. And I know as parents, it's very frustrating when the child kicks off and everybody takes it personally. But we're just talking about what should be done about it, if at all.